Good day to all. This is Jillian Beletayo, a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy student reporting for Managerial Economics or Econ 101. My topic for this discussion will be about price discrimination. According to William Samuelson's book Managerial Economics, price discrimination is the practice of charging different prices for the same good or service. So, i-rephrase natin. This occurs when a firm sells the same good or service to different buyers at different prices. To get a clearer picture of what price discrimination is, let us take these common examples which we can observe in today's businesses. One is when airlines charge full fares to business travelers while offering discount fares to vacationers. Another is when firms sell the same products under different brand names or labels at different prices, which is highly observable nowadays. Di ba nga when comparing quality of products and their prices, minsan may makikita tayong magkapareho naman yung type at quality ng product, pero dahil sa brands, nagkakaiba ng presyo ang mga ibang produkto. Next is when providers of professional services like doctors, consultants, lawyers, etc. set different rates for different clients. This is very much common kasi since some service business owners, they have the discretion on how much they charge their clients considering different factors like demographics, among others. Another is when manufacturers introduce products at high prices before gradually dropping price over time. So this example commonly happens kapag kunyari may new developed product yung company na bagong-bago para sa mga customers. Mapapansin natin na mataas ang presyo pero kalaunan, bumababa din naman. For example, sa mga bagong cellular phones and other digital items and appliances at marami pang iba. On the other hand, we should know that there are three types of price discrimination. This includes the first degree, second degree, and not surprisingly, the third degree type of price discrimination. Breaking it down, the first degree, which is also known as perfect price discrimination, is the charging of each buyer the maximum price he or she would be willing to pay for each unit of the good purchased in order to extract the maximum possible sales revenue. So this means that the seller has to know precisely the maximum price each consumer or customer is willing and able to pay kasi nga isa-size up niya yung customer para naman makuha niya yung maximum revenue from that transaction. For example, some service-related businesses like car dealers, mechanics, doctors, and lawyers, among others. As for mechanics, wala naman silang sinasabing SRP, di ba? Or hindi naman regulated yung pricing ng service na ino-offer nila. So it's up to them kung gaano kataas yung ipapatong nila sa cost ng service nila. Some would just really based on the looks naman. Kapag yung customer mukhang mayaman, yung mekaniko uunahin sila at for that, sisingilin sila at a higher rate. As simple as that. Commonly, negotiation happens in these kinds of transactions. So, by negotiation, the mechanic may offer service to a certain client at a range of prices which he thinks the client will be willing and able to pay at maximum. So, itatry ng client na sabihin na nating tumawad. Siyempre, based on the mechanic's estimate kung magkano yung kayang ibayad ng client sa range na makakaganan si mekaniko ng mas malaki. Of course, again, depending on the seller or service provider, pwedeng mas mababa ang range of prices na pwede niyang i-charge sa ibang customers based on how much they see clients are willing and able to pay. Moving on, for the second degree price discrimination, it occurs when the firm offers different price schedules and customers choose the terms that best fit their needs. Again, i-picture out natin. So one example for this is by giving discounts on bulk purchases, meaning selling at lower price per unit on higher volume purchases and higher price per unit on retail purchases. In the illustration, makikita natin yung difference ng prices when a product is purchased in varying quantities as offered by the seller. And finally, the last type is the third degree price discrimination, which means the practice of charging different prices to different market segments, even for which the firm's costs are identical. So mas madali siyang maintindihan through illustration. Example for this type is when charging different prices to two or more subgroups such as child and adult tickets to the movies. So the table shows how the market is being segmented. And for each category, my corresponding prices. On this example, so this example is just taken on the internet. That's why foreign currency ang gamit, and note that this do not apply to all movie theaters abroad. If you look at group purchases, low prices from children make it possible for whole families to benefit. For example, if cinemas or theme parks set low prices for children or even zero price for those under a certain age, more parents will be able to attend, therefore increasing total utility for the whole family as a whole. The same logic can be applied to travel and holidays with child and family discounts, encouraging demand, generating utility, and helping increase revenue. In addition to the third-degree price discrimination, there are necessary conditions that should be met. Firstly, the firm must be able to identify different submarkets, and these submarkets must be kept apart, which can be done in several ways. Firstly, by time, such as peak and off-peak pricing. Time-based pricing, often called dynamic pricing, is increasingly common with goods and services sold online. Here, prices can change by the minute as consumers reveal their preferences through their online activities, with prices responding quickly to changing demand. Time-based discrimination means that the flow of customers can be managed more effectively and perhaps provide a better experience for shoppers. For example, having early birds prices may encourage shoppers to adjust their shopping time so that queues are shortened at peak times, which also ensures that staff are better employed throughout the day. From the consumer's point of view, they may gain from price discrimination, especially those who are paying lower prices. One great example for this is yung ginagawang sales promo ng mga huge online businesses like Shopee and Lazada. Nagbibigay talaga sila ng discounts or free shipping promos bago abutin ng Pasko kasi nga para mas madaling i-manage ang surge ng customers kasi peak season talaga yon. Another way to separate a market is through physical distance, such as selling an identical product in one city at a higher price than in another. Market separation can also be based simply on the type of customer, such as students or parents, or by exploiting consumer ignorance through complex pricing structures, which makes it hard for consumers or customers to compare prices and switch to cheaper options. To make price discrimination work effectively, firms need to prevent arbitrage, which is a process where traders acting as either buyers or sellers can exploit price differences for identical products, buying where the price is lower and selling where it is higher. The effect is making prices converge and making sustained price discrimination impossible. Trading can be prevented in several ways, such as having non-transferable travel tickets, limiting the quantities that can be bought, which prevents trading, having licensed traders or outlets, and using new technology to identify control trading activities. Price discrimination is clearly a hugely effective strategy for firms looking to maximize their profits or achieve other business objectives. However, the ability to set prices is an indication monopoly power exists in the market, and this may be to the significant disadvantage of certain consumer groups. This ends my report, so thank you for listening.